morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and often deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on The Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 29 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure. Because the human biological system is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. It is designed divinely to heal and renew itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. Our phone number today, 844-236-6010. That's 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program or recommended on the program, you can head over to brightsideben.com, my website, or you can go to my blog, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com. You can order products right off the website. You can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team right off the website. For a one-time $25 fee, you can earn yourself thank you checks and help spread the word about how important a good nutritional supplement program can be. You can also get your products at the wholesale price if that's what you so desire. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470. It's their number, 866-735-2470. And, of course, if you want to purchase any of our skin health products, Truth Treatment skin health products, please head to truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. And then if you're interested in purchasing any of our enzyme products, you can go to brightsidehealthproducts.com, brightsidehealthproducts.com. Okay, welcome to The Bright Side once again. We're talking hyperpigmentation, melasma, and also topical strategies for dealing with hyperpigmentation and melasma. The most important thing to recognize, if you are pigmenting inappropriately, it is a sign of a manifestation of an overloaded stress system, stress nervous system. Please, please, please don't blame the sun. Don't be a heliophobe. No fear of the sun here. The sun is our friend. The sun is our friend for so many different reasons, and unfortunately gets demonized and vilified by simplistic notions that we hear from the medical model. The sun is our friend. You don't want to burn, but you need the sun for so many reasons. We've talked about this at length. The point I want to make here is that if you're pigmenting inappropriately, it's not the sun's fault. It's a sign of an overloaded stress nervous system. This is one of the reasons why our favorite anti-stress vitamin, vitamin C, is so relevant when it comes to keeping skin clear and pigment-free. And keep in mind, when we're looking at each other's skin, when we're looking at our skin, one of the most important criteria for a healthy, beautiful countenance or skin appearance is the color of the skin, the tone of the skin. Vitamin C, being an anti-stress vitamin, is important for the exaggerated stress response that is a sign of that pigmentation is a sign of. In addition, you're going to get moisturization. Vitamin C topically stimulates moisture factors. In addition, you're going to get an improvement in fine lines and wrinkles, vitamin C being the rate-limiting step in the production of collagen. That means it's the key element when it comes to the production of collagen and connective tissue. Oh, guess what? Topical vitamin C also has sun protection benefits. It's not like a sunscreen, or it's not like a sunblock. It doesn't really have a strong SPF, but because of its ability to protect the skin from solar radiation, it's an antioxidant. It's it's the best topical antioxidant. It will also protect your skin from the sun. So you get upregulation or improvement in moisture factors. You get an improvement in fine lines and wrinkles. This is often topical vitamin C. Proven in fine lines and wrinkles, moisturization, sun protection, all in addition to skin lightening or anti-pigmentation. And it's an anti-stress vitamin on top of everything else. All stresses are going to upregulate or increase how much vitamin C the body uses. All stresses increase the need for vitamin C. All stresses, emotional stresses, mental stresses, and by the way, vitamin C is a key player in the production of brain hormones. Vitamin C is involved in the production of our happy hormones. So vitamin C is a brain vitamin too, an anti-stress vitamin not just for the skin but also for the brain. Listen guys, if you are not supplementing with vitamin C and you're dealing with any kind of physical stress or emotional stress or mental stress, or who isn't, if you're dealing with any of these kinds of stressors and you're not supplementing with vitamin C, you are almost 100%. I would go out on a limb and say you are 100% guaranteed to be deficient in this unbelievably important vitamin. Remember, animals, with very few exceptions, humans, guinea pigs, certain of the great apes, and the fruit bat are the only exceptions in the whole world of animals. The whole world of higher animals, there's only 4 classes of animals, humans, guinea pigs, some of the great apes, and fruit bats that don't make their own vitamin C. And when an animal's stressed, it makes more vitamin C, and a lot more of it. I mean a lot. Under normal circumstances, the daily amount produced by, say, a cow or a guinea pig, a cow or a goat, is going to be somewhere between 3 and 15 grams of vitamin C. Yes, a goat will make 3 to 15 grams of vitamin C under normal circumstances. That's adjusted for a 70-kilogram man, for a 200-pound man, approximately. So under normal circumstances, a cow or a guinea pig or a horse or a dog or a cat will make the equivalent of 3 to 15 grams of vitamin C. Now, can you believe that according to the recommended daily allowance, the geniuses at the National Academy of Sciences, all a human being needs is 60 milligrams? What? And a cow needs 15 grams of it and more when it's under stress? Species of monkeys, the squirrel monkey, requires an equivalent of 2 grams a day to maintain health. And it will make 10 times that amount when it's under stress. How the heck can we believe that a pinhead-size amount, 60 milligrams is vitamin C would fit maybe on 2 or 3 pinheads? How can we believe that that's all that a human being needs when animals need 100 times that amount and more when they're under stress? It doesn't make sense. It's illogical. Now, if you are subsisting on a multiple vitamin and trying to get your vitamin C content from a multiple vitamin, and most people aren't even doing that, if you're just trying to get by life without any vitamin C, there is no way you are going to be able to optimize your health. There's no way you're going to be able to leverage longevity. There's no way you're going to be able to access 120 or 130 years of the longevity that we're entitled to. And there's no way that you're going to be able to dodge cancer and autoimmune diseases and heart diseases and blood sugar problems and all of the other things that vitamin C protects us from. Do you know vitamin C is one of the most important supplements you could ever take for cholesterol? When was the last time your doctor wrote a prescription for vitamin C? No, he'll write a prescription for a statin drug, and then he'll tell you, well, we know statin drugs will decrease your risk of a heart attack by 2 or 3%. At least that's what the salesperson told me. When was the last time he wrote a prescription for vitamin C, which we know is critical for the conversion and metabolism of cholesterol? We know that vitamin C is critical for the manufacture of bile. Bile comes from cholesterol via the activity of vitamin C. So not only are you going to improve cholesterol status, but you're also going to be able to make bile, which is important for clearing out those nasty statin drugs and other prescription medicines. You guys, this stuff is unbelievably important. And unfortunately, because we've heard about it for so long, it's become a cliche. It's become jargon. I'm not telling you that vitamin C is going to just completely eliminate your cancer, but you know what? Vitamin C is really important for fighting cancer and for protecting yourself from cancer. I'm not sitting here telling you that vitamin C is going to completely eliminate heart disease, but you know what? Vitamin C is a major player in keeping your heart healthy. I'm not telling you vitamin C is going to eliminate your colds, but you know what? Vitamin C is a critical nutrient for the immune system, which is absolutely vital for fighting infections and colds. All right, so much more to say about vitamin C and skin lightening. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network. we are back on the bright side. Thanks for joining us. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time. All our programs are archived at brightsideben.com, also benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up. You can also check out my blog, pharmacistben.com and criticalhealthnews.com. We update those regularly with blog posts as well as news stories. Thank you to Robert Lundgren and John T. Collier for setting those up. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products, you can get them right off the websites, brightsideben.com, criticalhealthnews.com, or pharmacistben.com. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team, 866-735-2470. Our number today, and we got lines open for you. Try to call in early, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010. If you got questions about the longevity products, the longevity business, skincare, formulations, ingredients, my Truth Treatment products, which you can get off of truthtreatments.com. Or if you just want to comment on anything we're talking about, or if you have a success story you'd like to share, 844-236-6010, 844-236-6010 is our number on the bright side. All right, we're talking about vitamin C, and man, there's just so much to talk about when it comes to this unbelievably important vitamin for your heart, for your blood sugar, for your adrenal glands, for your skin. Before we went to break, we were saying how vitamin C is important for cholesterol, cholesterol metabolism. It helps break down cholesterol. It helps convert cholesterol into bile salts. I wonder how much of our cholesterol epidemic, hypercholesterol epidemic, could be solved with just high doses of vitamin C. And that's one of the neatest things about vitamin C is you can take high doses of it, humongous doses of it. That's one of the coolest things about vitamins in general. Why do you suppose that you can take such huge, huge doses of vitamins, but you can't do the same with drugs? What is it about drugs that's different from vitamins and other essential nutrients that allows you to take these high doses of vitamins? 50,000 milligrams of vitamin C put right in your blood will just make you feel better. We had a guy on the program named Thomas Levy, a physician as well as an attorney, who's written a lot of books on vitamin C. One of my favorite is called The Primal Panacea. Dr. Levy was talking about how he witnessed a woman sitting in a dentist's chair, and the dentist put 50,000 milligrams of vitamin C right in her blood. And all that happened is she felt better. Now, if the RDA is around 50 milligrams, you put 50,000 milligrams, that's 1,000 times the recommended daily allowance, 1,000 times the RDA right in her blood, directly in her blood, bypassing her liver, bypassing all the detox mechanisms. It went right in the blood. Now, can you put 1,000 times your dose of statin drugs in your blood? Can you put 1,000 times of any prescription drug in your blood? What is it about vitamins that makes them so non-toxic? Well, what it is, and this is so important, and next time some bonehead medical professional tells you about vitamin toxicity, is the body has to activate vitamins for them to work. The body, especially the water-soluble vitamins, has a mechanism for excreting those vitamins. Now, it's a little different with your fatty vitamins, especially A and D, but the water-soluble vitamins, vitamin C, and the B complex, and your electrolytes, water-soluble electrolytes, are flushed out of the system. And in the case of the vitamins, especially the Bs, particularly the Bs, they have to be activated. This is why nobody has vitamin toxicity, ever. Once in a while, there's some weird case of a fat-soluble vitamin that somebody takes too much of, and they get a little bit toxic in the sense that they've overdosed, but as soon as they stop taking it, they feel better. It's not like they're permanently poison their body as they would with a drug. This is so important because the medical model wants us to treat vitamins and essential nutrients as if they're medicines. That's why periodically you'll hear an article in the news that says something like, oh, well, we tested vitamin D against heart disease and we didn't notice any benefit from vitamin D. Therefore, vitamin D is useless. Or we tested vitamin E against lung cancer, and you know what? It didn't help cure lung cancer. There, vitamin E, that's silly. That's useless. You don't need any. You'll get all the vitamin E you need from your food. There's so many ways that vitamin C is important for health that it's really hard to appreciate all of them, and it's unfortunate that this fundamental, incredibly, mind-blowingly important nutritional supplement has become a cliche. But nonetheless, if you have to pick one nutrient to take with you on a desert island, and you only bring one, a good case could be made that it's vitamin C, that you want to bring your vitamin C. As with all water-soluble nutrients, electrolytes, B complex, and vitamin C, we lose them regularly. This is why deficiencies are probably a lot more common than anybody realizes. And if we know how critical vitamin C is and the B complex is, B complex are, and electrolytes are for, say, the heart and the electrical system of the body, well, you can see why we might have a health problem in this country, and we do have a significant health problem. If we're excreting our B complex and our vitamin C and our electrolytes, and these things are beyond words important for the electrical system of the body, and we're excreting them all the time throughout the day, there's a pretty darn good chance we're going to be deficient, and there's a pretty darn good chance we're not going to be healthy. I would move, and I would present that if you have a heart problem, you should be on vitamin C and the B complex and electrolytes way before you should be on a prescription drug. And if your medical professional dares to write a prescription for a toxic medication without first suggesting electrolytes and the B complex and vitamin C, I don't know how he lives with himself. He certainly didn't take the Hippocratic Oath, which says do no harm. If your medical professional writes for a statin drug or a deadly calcium channel blocker or beta blocker that has a side effect list as long as my arm, before they suggest, don't even check, just take it, potassium, calcium, magnesium, the B complex, and vitamin C, that's a healthcare professional who should be ashamed of himself. Quote me on that. The water-soluble nutrients are energy conductors, all of them, and that includes vitamin C. And this is why it's so important to keep your Beyond Tangy Tangerine going throughout the day, especially if you're under stress, especially if you're working outside, especially if you're an athlete, especially if you're working with your brain, if you're a teacher or an accountant or a lawyer, somebody who has to think a lot or write a lot or read a lot. Don't forget, the brain is an electrical system too. And of course, if you've got skin problems, if you've got pigmentation problems, hyperpigmentation, melasma are a manifestation of the stress response, and in this way, it is important to recognize that even though we're talking skin here, and we've been talking skin here, this is an internal condition. Even though we're talking about skin when it comes to pigment, it's important to recognize that pigmentation, as with all skin issues, are internal first, topical second. We're not talking superficial here. We're not talking pretty. We're not talking cosmetic. We're talking health. We're talking longevity. If you're hyperpigmenting, you're at higher risk for degenerative diseases of all kinds. That's called comorbidity. Comorbidity, a fancy way of saying diseases come together because the body's a system. It's not made up of a bunch of individual parts. Each one of these parts is integrated. So when you have a skin condition, you got an internal condition. And when you have an internal condition, you're probably going to have a skin condition eventually too. Dark spots, melasma, hyperpigmentation, all the skin problems we're talking about represent burdens on the body, represent the manifestation of burdens on the body. And you have one set of glands, two of them, actually, two glands. They're a set, they're a pair, that are responsible for helping the body manage stress. And there's no surprise that these two stress glands are intimately connected to pigmentation issues. They're called your adrenal glands, adrenal. They sit on top of the kidneys. The renal means kidney, adrenal means on top of the kidney. Your adrenal glands sit on top of the kidney. And these two little things, man, oh my God, they're about the size of maybe a walnut or a little smaller than that. Holy moly. These things are unbelievably important, and they've got super relevance when it comes to skin health. Hang tight. We'll continue talking when we come back from break and take your calls as well. 844-236-6010 is our number. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We got lines open for you. If you're interested in purchasing any of my Truth Treatment products, head to truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. And I'll tell you what, if you've used our Truth Treatment products and you give me a call at 844-236-6010 right now, and you give us a nice little review on it, I will send you out a 1-month supply of my Truth Balm or Truth Serum or Omega-6 Healing Cream. Or, I'm not going to do the retinol. That one's a little tricky. So retinol, if you've used the Truth Treatment products, give us a call right now, 844-236-6010. Give us a little review, and then we'll get you a 1-month sample, a 4-week supply of either Truth Balm, Truth Serum, or our Omega-6 Healing Cream. And I know there's a bunch of you who have already been sending me letters, so just say it on the air, and we'll get you out some free samples here. 844-236-6010 is our number. Of course, if you have questions about the Truth Treatment products, skin health, hyperpigmentation, or the longevity products, or the longevity business, 844-236-6010 is our number, and we welcome your phone calls on The Bright Side. If you're interested in purchasing any of the longevity products, please head over to brightsideben.com. That's brightsideben.com. You can also purchase products right off of my blog, criticalhealthnews.com, or also pharmacistben.com. We update both blogs with news stories as well as posts. Thank you so much to Robert Lundgren and John D. Collier for setting those up. All right, so hang tight if you're on hold. We'll get to you in just a minute. I want to finish up this. Well, we're not going to finish it up. I just want to mention a couple things about the adrenal glands. These two little tiny structures that sit on top of the kidneys are so important. It's unbelievable. It's really difficult to overestimate how critical these things are, but especially when it comes to skin, especially when it comes to dark spots, especially when it comes to oily skin. So that's why when we're talking here hyperpigmentation and dark spots and melasma, what we're really talking about is an internal condition, a stress condition. We're talking here about a condition of burden on the body. One of the classic manifestations of a jacked up adrenal gland system, one of the classic manifestations of burden and stress on the body are menopausal symptoms, hot flashes, anxiety, insomnia, problems with blood pressure, heart problems, blood sugar problems, weight gain issues, depression. All of these symptoms that are part and parcel of the menopausal transition are classic examples of an adrenal system, a bodily stress system that is just working overtime, overburdened. And it's no accident that women will hyperpigment when they're dealing with menopause, when they're going through the menopausal transition, because it's all the same process. It's all part of a burden system, a stressed out stress system. How do you handle a stressed out stress system? Well, there's dozens of different ways. There's nutritional supplements, there's lifestyle strategies. We'll continue talking about this tomorrow as we talk adrenal health, we talk skin health, hyperpigmentation, and how it relates to the internal milieu of the body, especially when it comes to the stress response. All right, 844-236-6010 is our number. Got lines open for you. Rose in Virginia, what's going on? Welcome to the bright side.
Ben,
Yes.
my prayers and love for you. I would say, I have a question about ringworm, but
yes,
it's not related to me, but I have to ask that question. But in terms of vitamin C, ascorbic acid,
yes,
I had a conversation with somebody last night, and the person was mentioning about acerola.
Yes, acerola. Yes, what were they saying? Just so I know.
But is that considered a fructose? I'm confused about that term.
Sure. I'll explain to you, but I just wondering, because there's so much misinformation about vitamin C and acerola, I'm wondering what this person told you.
Okay, he was saying that he will go to this place where they grow, in the Caribbean, where they grow acerolas.
Okay.
But do you have to go to do that? I know that's one of the most potent vitamin C's, acerola.
Acerola is a berry. Acerola berry grows in Mexico, and I think there's some in Texas also. Barbados cherry.
The Caribbean too.
Okay, the Caribbean probably also. Yeah, it's called Barbados cherry or West Indian cherry sometimes. It kind of have you ever seen it? It's kind of pretty. It looks sort of
beautiful. It's red.
It's gorgeous. Oh yeah, it's totally gorgeous, and it's super good for you.
Delicious.
Oh, is it? I've never eaten it. Is it delicious?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, it's great stuff, and it's got a lot of cofactors in it, and it's a pretty good source of vitamin C. You're going to get maybe 100 milligrams of vitamin C per piece of fruit, something along those lines, which is pretty good dose. The thing is you're not going to get all the vitamin C that you need from a therapeutic or medicinal fashion. You have to eat a lot of these acerola berries, and you'd have to go down to Mexico to get them because they don't sell them in the supermarket, really. Most vitamin C.
They have them in, like in the Caribbean.
Probably in the Caribbean. But here you're basically restricted to acerola powder. And acerola powder is indeed a very good source of vitamin C, but it's just not going to get you the big doses that you need. What it will give you, though, are cofactors that work with vitamin C. See, ascorbic acid, like all vitamins, like all synthetic vitamins, is kind of just one piece to the puzzle. And it's very important and very beneficial, but in the way we're supposed to get our vitamins is through foods. So as important as supplementation is, and if we weren't supplementing as a culture, and if there were no synthetic vitamins as a culture, we'd all be in big trouble. All right, let's be clear here. I'm not a big believer in synthetic anything, and I love to go natural if we could, but if we didn't have synthetic vitamins, if we didn't have industrially produced B vitamins, industrially produced vitamin C, industrially produced nutrients, synthetic nutrients, we'd all be deficient and we'd all be suffering and in big trouble. So while I'm not crazy about the idea of supplementing or of synthetic vitamins, we really don't have an option. That having been said, in addition to your synthetic vitamins, in addition to your supplements, you absolutely positively want to be eating vitamin-rich whole foods, including berries and cherries and fruit and chili peppers and cantaloupe and any kind of peppers really are going to be good sources of vitamin C. Kiwi and papaya, these are all wonderful sources of vitamin C and the bioflavonoids and other nutrients that work hand in hand with the vitamin C. So acerola, whether you're doing the whole fruit, the berry, or the cherry, whatever you want to call it, or the powder, yes, your friend is absolutely right. It's a wonderful source of vitamin C. You're just not going to get the super high concentrations of the stuff that you need, which is why you want to do your acerola with your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. You want to do your natural vitamin C's or natural vitamin C containing foods with your synthetic vitamin C, in my humble opinion. Does that help?
Yeah, I want to ask you this question, apart that I have that question about the ringworm.
Yes.
I want to give a testimony. The other day, I had I'm trying to stay, and believe me, I'm an outdoor person, but with the chemtrails, I'm not. I had some reaction in my skin, and, I didn't care for the way my body was reacting every time I went out. I had hives and all stuff like that.
Just from the sun?
No, just going out walking.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I just said, look, I'm going to stop doing this walking, although I know the benefit, but I can do other types of exercises. And then I started having some kind of headaches, and I knew that I was lacking vitamin D3 based on me. You have been my teacher, my mentor. And so I started I put my head to get some sunlight. Then I put some flaxseed, the golden flaxseed, the water.
Yeah.
Believe me, that made the difference.
Hang on, Rose. I got to take a break. I want you to finish up because that sounds very interesting. You drank flax seeds and water? Is that what you're saying?
Put it on my head.
On your head. Hang on, Rose. Don't go away. I want to hear about this when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lines open for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. 844-236-6010. Got lines open for you. So, Rose, in Virginia, you're putting flax and water on your head, you said?
Yeah, what I did, I have vitamin D3. It's just I haven't used it because I'm trying to take advantage of the sunlight in the summer. I did the research about that, plus what I have learned with you. And like I say, you're my mentor. And I'm so grateful to you.
Thank you. I appreciate
after
that.
the Lord. And how would I say, I said, these symptoms I have, it was something light. I said, I'm lacking vitamin D3. So I put my head in the car so I could get some sunlight. And then I said, I'm going to put some flaxseed, golden flaxseed.
Yeah? Did you grind it up?
I had it soaking in water, and then I put it, I just put the water. And it gets, because it's porous, you get the inside of the membrane. It is awesome.
That is great news. That's really interesting. I've been drinking flaxseed water for months now. It's amazing for your... It's amazing stuff. Flax seeds are absolutely loaded with nutrients. There are some anti-nutrients in there, and that's why you want to sprout them or wet them a little bit. So that's great strategy there. Congratulations, Rose. Did you want to ask?
You know who I mentioned it to Joyce Riley. Because, I know that a flax seed is very good for cancer.
How's she doing? How's Joyce doing?
So she's doing much better, praise the Lord.
Praise God.
I wanted to ask you this question.
Yes, ma'am.
I gave the testimony to Dr. Parker. He comes in Republic about, I mentioned your name, you know how much I love for you. We love you, Ben. and how much respect we have for your, what you do. And I mentioned to him the testimony and about the flaxseed, the golden flaxseed that I learned from you.
Yeah.
And he mentioned that vitamin D3, it's better to take it folate.
Folate? No, D3 and folic acid are different. Those are two different entities. Rose, I'm going to let you go here. I'm going to let you go. Call, if you have any questions about that, send me an email. Folate is one of the B vitamins, and it's important. And there is some controversy, actually, around folic acid versus folate. But for most people...
So the ringworm, can you give me some information?
Yes, ringworm is a sign of an overloaded immune system. Usually the immune system will take care of fungal infections. Ringworm is a fungal infection. Usually the immune system will take care of that. If there is ringworm showing up, you want to consider that the immune system is overloaded on some level. The immune system is located largely in the digestive tract, so whenever you hear the word immune or autoimmune or anything that has to do with the immune system, the first thing to focus on is digestive health. This is where the bulk of the immune system is housed. Considering how most of us eat, it makes perfect sense that if that we're going to have immune issues and autoimmune issues, and ringworm is a manifestation of an immune problem. So a couple of things: work on the digestive system, use the good bacteria, the probiotics, biolumin nightly essence, and fermented foods, anything that stabilizes the gut bacteria. Don't forget about immune boosting nutrients like vitamin C and vitamin E and zinc. Those are probably your three most important immune system building nutrients, although magnesium is also important. Certainly selenium is important, and MSM sulfur is important. Make sure they're on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. But I would be throwing in an extra dose of vitamin C, maybe an extra couple thousand milligrams a day. And then try some topical vitamin C as well. Topical vitamin C and vitamin C in general has antiseptic, antibacterial, antimicrobial properties. And
when
topical,
you say topical, is that the fatty C or what? Well,
the fatty C is the best, but for healing the skin from fungal infections or any kind of infections, you may be able to get away with the ascorbic acid. But yes, the fatty vitamin C, tetraisopalmitate, or palmitate, ascorbyl tetraisopalmitate or ascorbyl palmitate are definitely the best forms of topical vitamin C. Thank you. God bless you, Rose.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you, and thank you for the kind words.
I need something else, but
Call me whenever you like, ma'am. I appreciate it, Rose. God bless you. All right, James, California, thanks for your patience. What's up, buddy? James?
James, yeah.
What's cooking?
I'm a 76-year-old male.
Hey, James.
Generally good health. I do take the 90 for life once a day.
Okay.
And also HA joint capsules, 3 of those a day. I've got a rash on the left side of my chest below the nipple, and it seems to be getting worse.
Okay. Is it associate? Here's what you want to do whenever you have skin rashes. This is for everybody listening, not just for James. Whenever you have skin rashes, you want to treat those as a symptom, not a problem in and of themselves. They're a sign of a problem. So what you want to do is you want to see when that rash flares up. Now, because as I was talking to Rose, and as we've said ad nauseum on this program, there's a very important connection between the immune system, the digestive system, and the skin. The immune system, digestive system, and the skin. So whenever you have a skin problem, you want to consider it to be a sign of a defensive response, and you want to consider that to be a sign, at least first, of a digestive health issue. So 2 things that you could do here, my friend. Number 1, you can not eat for 2 or 3 days and see what happens to your rash. Chances are your rash will start to subside. If it does indeed subside, then you want to start eating as normal, and then you want to watch what happens to the rash and try to isolate specific foods that are linked to the formation of that rash. Now, the second thing you could do, and that's a great strategy right there, linking your rash up to problem foods and then eliminating those foods. The second thing you can do, and you probably should do, is start to strengthen the digestive tract. Try to support the digestive system. Probiotics, the biolumin nightly essence, are key. Any digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes will help. Do them with a little bit of apple cider vinegar. That will also help. If you want to go and throw in a few more digestive nutrients, go get some lecithin granules. Those are very important for all digestive conditions. They'll help you process fats and fatty vitamins. You might also want to throw in some bile salts. Now, you'll get some of those bile salts in the Ultimate Enzymes from Longevity, but you can also add some extra bile salts in there. So, number 1, do a fast. Link your or link your rashes and rash flare-ups to problem foods, and then eliminate those foods. Number 2, start to strengthen the digestive system with probiotics, fermented foods, fiber, anything to correct gut bacteria and provide an environment that's hospitable to gut bacteria. And then also your ultimate enzymes, apple cider vinegar, perhaps some bile salts, and perhaps if you want to throw in some something extra, throw in some lecithin granules as well. All right, James, I got to move on. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you, Ben.
Okay, God bless you, my friend. All right, let's go to Chris in Florida. What's up? How you doing? Welcome to the Bright Side, Chris.
Hey, Ben, it's Chris from Orlando. I called before. You are the man.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I hope you remember me, but I had 3 kids. My middle son now is 10 years old, pretty healthy. After 2 bouts of soccer practice where it really sweat, of course down here it's super hot, he started peeing red, like cranberry juice.
Oh, wow.
Red. So, long story short, we just totally hydrated him, see what happened the next Thursday practice. Same thing happened. So I took him to Nemours. Yeah, Nemours right up the road. They did an ultrasound. So they found 8 little kidney stones.
Oh, my goodness. How old is he?
He's 10 years old. Perfect health.
No, that's not perfect health. That means something's messed up. Stones don't form unless the blood is very, very dirty. You ever put salt in, I don't know if you've ever done this, but just imagine in your head putting salt in water. If you put a spoonful of salt in water, the salt dissolves. You put a second spoon, the salt dissolves. You put a third spoon, the salt dissolves. You put a fourth spoon, and all of a sudden you get a bunch of crystals. You know what I'm talking about? You've saturated the water with salt, and now no more salt can fit in, and so it just kind of crystallizes out. That's a kidney stone. Kidney stone is a sign of supersaturated, that's called supersaturation, a supersaturated fluid, supersaturated blood. And the blood will become supersaturated when there's something percolating in the metabolism, in the chemistry, usually with sugar. All right, this is a sign. First thing to think about is sugar issues. So is he eating a lot of sugar, bread or pasta, anything like that?
Not necessarily, but we're not as good on the sugar not intake.
Well, that's the first thing to focus on. It's a sign that stuff is crystallizing in the blood, and the most likely suspect is going to be sugar. Diabetes and kidney stones go hand in hand. Diabetes and kidney issues go hand in hand. All kidney issues go hand in hand. So that's the first thing that you want to think about. Now, drinking more water might help him, especially if he's an athlete and he's sweating a lot. But I would be looking I'd be looking at restricting or limiting his intake of fast-burning sugars. Anything that breaks down into glucose quickly, fruits and fruit juice and pasta and potatoes and desserts, etc. And then starting to use sugar metabolizing nutrients, especially, this is very important, Chris, especially the water-soluble B vitamins and electrolytes. There's a couple things at play here. The B vitamins and the electrolytes are very important for sugar metabolism, and if he's an athlete, he could be losing those as he's sweating. And if he's not replacing them, he could be deficient. And that would be the first thing that I would think about. So get him on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, have him sip on that real slow, and then also the sweeties might help as well, and then keep his intake of the fast-burning sugar foods down, and you can replace those foods with high-protein foods, eggs and whey protein, etc., organ meats and fish, and then also with coconut oil. And between the good fat and the protein, not only will he be helping improve his sugar balance and help wean him off of sugar, but he'll also be building muscle, and that's great for an athlete. Got to move, Chris. Thanks so much for your call. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate it, and I apologize if we left you on hold. That's why I tell you to call in early, you guys. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening. We'll continue talking about adrenal health and skin health tomorrow on The Bright Side. Have an awesome, spectacular, beautiful day. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.